Neughborhood. Oh shit, how do I do this? Oh no. I don't know. Okay, there we go. Okay. Well, this is great. Okay, I'm looking at things now. I had to do a few retakes on the thumbnail, though the cards that were selected were authentic to how I usually draw them. And so, because I had to kind of like censor it a little bit using the Sensual Goddess Tarot. I didn't think I was going to be able to bond with this deck because it's just kind of outside of my body theme. Yeah, it just didn't find it relatable. Not offensive, just not relatable. So over time, as I got adjusted with my body, I was like, oh, there's just different builds. So anyway, it wasn't it was no longer a distraction to me. I don't know why I mentioned that, but the left-hand side, the vibing card doesn't feel so vibing. I mean, that's the recipient side, the receptivity side, and it's 5 of Pentacles. Are you kidding me? 5 of Pentacles on the receiving side, like not like what is it? Not even 1 red cent, like whatever, like it just the it snuck up on me. The 14th, it's mid-month. Holy smokes, now it's the 15th. And so it's like I have to haul ass in figuring out bill pays. And I thought I was going to be okay. I really thought and I have to believe I'm okay. I'm better than okay. I got this far, several years into like getting through the muck of it. I'm still here. So I don't really know what to expect because the last place that I had left, oh my gosh. It's like, you guys didn't even really care that I was like, you took me for granted. So it's like, why would you throw a tantrum with me leaving? You know what I mean? Like, why all these games? So, I tried it, and so I was looking for other places, today, and other alternatives, and, that wasn't great. I spent like approximately 5 to 6 hours waiting around for the appropriate manager to come through. And then I started putting all the puzzle pieces together after I had left, after I had calmed down, after on the way home, I was processing the takeaways. I'm like, oh, it wasn't a complete loss. Okay. So the pop-up that I did today was a pretty casual one. I was looking forward to being like a repetitive, like, like a regular thing on the calendar. And like, just like as a fallback, something, right? And I came in at a negative after, and I was very frugal with my spending. Like, fuck, So that wasn't really great, except there was a whole lot of value in like working out in the field, like being put to the test. And so there were just some really sneaky energies practitioners out there, and you wouldn't suspect it in that scenario or the life path that it looks like they were coming from, but they were sneaky. They were taking my energetic abundance like within close proximity. Like nobody's going to try to be like friend with you, even like if it's nonverbal and like there's an inundation of validity presented in nonverbal cues. There's bullshit. It's bullshit. So I decided to practice. I decided to throw back and throw down a little bit. And I did it like, just like if you didn't know anything about the occult, you wouldn't know shit about what was going on. That's how subtle it was. But I did wonderfully. I did excellent. Yes. So there was one guy that brought like his, like pets that he was, like birds, cats or dog, whatever. I don't know. He brought that stuff. And he would always bring it selectively just to me. He approached me several like yards away with special pets. So I could cuddle them, I could hold them, blah, blah, blah. I didn't question it. I was like, oh, people want to share, their pets or whatever. Until I saw that there were, like, he did it in spurts. So, like, as soon as I showed love, he would take, I don't know, there was some kind of practice that he did where he ended up getting a lot of customers. And then when it would die down, he would come back with another pet and then give it to me. And I just came up with some excuse, some bullshit, but like believable excuse. Like, I don't give a fuck whether or not you believe me. It's a legit excuse. And I'm saving face because I know what you're putting on. So once I did that, he was very disappointed. He was starting to touch like certain objects in my area. Just kind of like put like a, I don't know, some other bullshit energy. It was very deliberate in how he placed his hand on my luggage stuff. Once he realized I was not going to get close to him. So either it was a transference through his pet or like close proximity so he could observe and be close within my auric sexual fields or whatever. Because like you could tell. And I should have done that with an accent. You could tell. It was worse than that. I don't know where, ugh. And then the other lady, she kept walking behind me, and every single time it was in, like, as soon as it would die down, like, quiet, then she would walk behind me, and then she would, like, go out into some fields or whatever, and then she would walk back again behind me, and then she would get a crowd, and it was like, and I didn't, like, comparability to, like, I got jack shit except the practice of detecting. And so they shall get their karma. Like that's horrible. Like, do you know how greedy that was for me to be like to leave me out in the negative? Like, motherfucker. Holy crap. Like there's no fucking tomorrow. So they shall see their karma. I checked the energy on my cards and they said, don't, we'll take care of that, okay? We will handle that. We won't just we'll take care of you, Tina, but we'll handle that. So don't worry about it. Just thought I'd mention. I noticed. Anyway, it was great to be able to find my zen in practicing throwing down. That's what I got out of my like 6 a.m. call to whatever 3 or 4 o'clock, and I'm like, freaking holy moly. And then that's when I started searching for other establishments. I'm like, okay, well, kind of in the area, let's just go ahead and see what alternatives there are. And now somebody like is trying to fuck it up for me there at the options, like the worst kind of communication, like being like, oh, I don't even know what to say. Anyway, it took 5 hours to try to lock in something at 2 different places, like that are only like 20 minutes away from each other. Are you kidding me? Freaking kidding me? Like, so anyway, karma. So the best thing that I took out of that, like I was like, I'm gonna stick it through. If you were there with me, you would understand by this little gesture of me waiting out to get a firm answer, like get to the bottom of things, you would understand the context of what I put up with in my previous long-term relationships. You would begin to understand, like, she tried her fucking best. She gave blood. She gave blood from her ancestors. Like, are you? Yeah. You no. So there's that. That was my day today. So everything's by the books. And if not, I could get the wrong kind of cuffing season. And so that includes like no vaping inside or no blah, 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 you know, like down to the nitty gritty. So if somebody's going to audit my life like that in that scenario, which has become my means fallback or whatnot, or go to, things are due for change, you know. So, you know, I just know things tend to bounce back. So, what I'm trying to say is that ultimately, I can't be mad because whoever's trying to kind of corner me and like bully me in that scenario, complicate whatever means I have in that scenario, it forces me to transition and really focus to what I really want to do. You know, instead of that leg of a trip of point A to B means to my tarot business whatever thing end, then that's, it's forcing me. It's giving me all the reason to focus on my stuff. You know? Can I be mad? No. You know? I just know that dues and I'm getting letters and you know. So I don't know if the big turn the tables thing or the big storm for me is that I'm not going to be able to afford my home and I'm going to have to sell it for less and be in even deeper poverty. I don't know what kind of life spirit wants me to live. I just know I'm trying. And so, on the doing side, wonderful, I realize is the cover card. You know, the sensual goddess. It's the beginner. It's not the runner up, it's the beginner, the starter up. This is good. It's a full moon behind her, spotlit. So this is Hecate with her, as well as other variations of the moon goddess. It's, you know, but you got, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? I've been called to do certain specific things. Let's focus on those things rather than having it become a chore because I'm trying to focus on money on the means. Okay. So what dropped at the beginning, it was wonderful. Look, it's the Ace of Pentacles accentuated on my inbox. Fantastic. It makes all this yucky stuff go bye-bye. I mean, like, to be realistic, I can't be doing this, you know, means thing for, you know, a long ass time, you know. I just revisit it once in a while but like honestly, I'd rather just have a setup in my own home and be good with that. Cuz I really enjoy the practice and um and the practice of being curiouser, but all the rest can go bye-bye. I can talk to anybody anywhere. It's perfectly fine. Yeah. So this is good for me. This is good for me. I'm not just leaving particular energies that don't do me right. And of course, hidden, they don't do themselves justice either. Um, I'm 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 motioned to focus on my start, my deck. So there's a sense of ownership in that, but there's also allowance. Like, hey, by the way, I understand the way they made you feel. I understand. You understand the purpose of all of that. And so here's your freaking basically casual, what do you call it? Rebate on flex, your reimbursement on flex, okay? That's what they say. All right. So what kind of a title did I have? Something about mid-month PSL, PSA. What else was it? Something in, oh yeah, something spice. Softcore spice, that's right. Softcore spice in the neighborhood. Tell me more. Tell me more, please. Eight of Wands. Communication. But it's set up like almost like right beside her. So all communication is kind of like within this Faraday cage where the channels also act as like a protective barrier in ricocheting any like harm. You know? So this is strange because it's really set up like the Nine of Wands. Like I'm here. I'm here for it. So I'm right on the dot. I'm right exactly. This is rather than a rendezvous, it's like it could be, it could depict rendezvous, but it's more like a congregation. It's the meetup. We're all this is, oh, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to show you the titty. Okay. Sorry. Sorry. Excuse me. Anyway, having somebody has pink hair, somebody's like yeah, anyway. Somebody also does dance like ballet, like train dance. So in my collective. Also bubblegum here. 4, 8. Yeah, so it's like 4 of Wands, 4 of Wands. Oh, you know what this is like? Okay, so I know that there are rumors. Some rumors are true of what kind of guys I like. I don't really have a type though. I mean, I don't just like guys. I don't really have a type. But as of late, the latest ones are, well, opposite of me, kind of. Opposite. So it's like, needless to say, it's kind of like the tale of two houses, two cities, you know. It's that kind of contrast. So I forget how the is it monologue, whatever the intro goes to Romeo and Juliet, but um the two houses that were once divided are collectively there. So I have a variation of contacts here, ones that normally would oppose each other, but they're here. Cool. To protect and to communicate. Ah, and so this is another way of protect and serve. So let's say, okay, using that like tagline to protect and serve, let's say there's law officials, like enforcement, you know. I don't know the correct kind of terminology for that, but some variation of that, like all sorts. Yeah. So they're here. Oh, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So, let's say if I were to engage in PM scenarios, um, what was I gonna say about that? And they must be by the book, just as AM. Then, they're doing like, you know, they're doing me good. Like I can't get in trouble. For that. And naturally, I'm a good girl anyway. So, I'm already, I wanted to say halfway there, but we'll call it a third to not fib at all. Okay, bottom of the deck. Oh, Wheel of Fortune. Ding, ding, ding. You're here. This is good. This is good stuff. I don't know what to say about that, but like all things, all paths lead to here is what they're saying. Kind of like, oh yeah. Okay, so 5 of Cups is on the top. It's about a goodbye. So in changing different scenes, or changing to different scenes, is like, I can't assume cookie cutter just because it's like this there, it must be like that here. I already know that. But like, because there's a huge contrast in how things are practiced, like the variations, they're not just nuances, they're different approaches to the same practice. And so you kind of like need to get your bearings straight in new places. And so that's what I experienced here. For a long time, I was like, for a long time out of the past few weeks, I was like, yeah, everything's back to normal. Like I'm living a normal life. I can hide over here, or I can pop out and display my gifts and like give like, insight consult here every now and then, just sprinkle, sprinkle. And I don't think it was 100% like that. I think there were things that were doing more than thinking about doing things. Um, yeah. That thing and yeah, basically. Okay. So, oh wait, I forgot to so some things I have to say goodbye to. Say goodbye. Oh, what happened to my other thing? I don't know what happened to my ace of no, my Wheel of Fortune thing here. I don't know what happened. But now it's the Six of Pentacles, proper exchanges. This is rather nice. I think they're wearing kind of like the same dress, like, anyway, same kind of low cut here. And so, oh yeah. Yeah, this is a turnaround. This is almost like Cinderella's story, like having to say the goodbye thing and then coming back, like pop up. Oh, this is kind of like a glam witch here. Being able to not just give a F, but also like donate, like be more generous. I don't know how I could be more generous, but I think this is also an expression of generosity on the exterior as a reflection of like knowing it's a direct link to what's going on interior. Like I am receiving proper exchanges. Therefore, it's easier to kind of balance out and also give back. So there's a huge turnaround having to like go from some sort of like lack in the terms of goodbyes, personal like not just willing it, but enacting it, feeling it, processing it. And that's a firm goodbye in its most proper sense. To this state right here of like, I'm popping out. Like it's good. Things are good. Okay. So, that's good. Okay. All right. What else do you want to tell me? Soft core spice. Ooh, I don't know if that's softcore, but hold on. Okay, that is the star card accentuated with the Nine of Pentacles accentuated. That is not softcore at all. Maybe it could, like, you don't know. It could be so much more. I mean, this is great as is. You're like accentuated on my inbox, like my personal inbox. Hello, they're like, you're going to be doing more than just like being able to exchange with the world and ensure the proper exchange. You are going to be doing phenomenal. Phenomenal. Great. Absolutely freaking great. You know what that is? What it shows me? That's what they call fuck you money. That is not fuck me money. That's fuck you money. That's what that is. Okay. Two of Swords. But they're also saying, but I've never enacted fuck me money. Okay? Just saying. I have boundaries, I have standards, okay? Yeah, I naturally rant. See? Bottom of the deck. Bring what? It's also opposition. 5 of Wands. Oh, it could be my riot crew too. What's split up back there is we found the Wheel of Fortune. See, it was all meant to happen like this. See? Okay, top of the deck. No secret to my saucy is 3 of Wands. See, my ships are coming in. See? Not only are things coming in, but it's like constancy. Some of you might have an affiliation with the name Connie, Constance, or some variation of that. Constantine, maybe? But anyway, constant. I'm bringing it, even though things are coming in still. And it's like it's destined. So what's in between that sandwich? Okay, so we got that, the 5 of Wands. You don't want to know. You don't want to know. I want to know. I shall claim thee. But yeah. Like riot crew. Yeah, I got my pretty goons of all sorts. Oh my god, this is like Amazonian pillow fight version. But they're also occultists because it's almost like the sticks are forming a pentagram. They're just kind of aligning here. There's also some kind of like Star Wars type of, or Star Trek signal here. So, cosmic ladies. Anyway, look here. Right after that, we got it going on. 10 of Pentacles, legend. Legend has it. She walked the walk. And whether or not there was a plank, she went for it. Ta-da! Fantastic. Okay, anything else we want to say out of here? Yes? No. Not for now. Okay, so we're going to pull a few from the Sexual Magic. So PSA, mid-month. Mid-month PSA. PSL, PSA. Goodness gracious. Okay. Public service announcement. Hi. I am a married spirit. I'm single. I'm single. I'm solo. I mean, it's good. It's good. But I think, again, it's good to expand, explore. Yeah, like, I don't like get too much into the details with, passerbys. Like, then I have to question every single, like, thing, any kind of, like, transaction with people. Oh, yeah, like, talking, but not really talking. I don't know, like, like, talking like this. I don't know, like, no, it's not that. We'll just simplify it, okay? I'm currently single. I've been single for a while. And it's good not to be afraid of things. Like when you have to get back out into the dating scene or like meeting people, going out or whatever, you can naturally get anxiety from it's not just a lack of familiarity, but it's like, I should know this. I was there at one point and now I don't know it. Like the world has changed. So it's kind of like more on the verge of like obsolete kind of, embarrassment or anxiety. So if there's any like note of fear, it's something that I should approach. Yeah. So that's where I'm at. It's more of like a challenging, a personal growth thing, rather than I'm in love with the idea of love. Let's go. Let's go. I don't care where. Yeah. I mean, that's all, fun and stuff, but like the more substantial part is like there's There's not just infinite. There's some good reason. Mm-hmm. Anyway, you had an accident. What kind of accident? Well, I'm going to keep talking. You are either in or you're out. Okay? Let's just go that. I'm not going to backtrack. You can push rewind. You can do whatever you want there. Okay. So mid-month, PSL, PSA. Some softcore spice in the neighborhood. What do you want to tell me, Sexual Magic Tarot? These ones. First off, 6 of Wands in reverse and 10 of Wands. This is kind of like the Tower moment. Oh man, yeah. So 10 of Wands is already a burden. Okay, it's already like something weighted, substantial, high volume. Okay, whatever that entity is, that's the Tower moment. Okay, it's a lot, and it's about to like like how rooms have capacities. It's kind of like that. It's at full capacity. Some of you may be performers and all of that. But anyway, with the 6 of Wands right next to it, I mean, in total, that's 16. That's the major arcana, the Tower moment. Something big is happening. So here with the 6 of Wands in reversal, this is the first time that I received it, is like, I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. That is the energy that I'm talking about. If you know my OGs, my resilient, loyal ones, then you would remember I told you the big bad wolf, like very kind of angry type of hostile energy. And so even though I have favor with such energies, that's still kind of their like automated mode. So I can experience a little bit of this and that, but that doesn't go without them understanding, like, like in hindsight, like, oh, like exacting feedback, kind of like the rubber band that snaps, kind of like it's on your hand, so you're gonna feel it. So it's an immediate recognition of their faults, especially when reflected to me, because that's not their core intention exhibited to me ever. And I don't, yeah, because so like things are kind of like self-imploding, destructing. So they got the 16 like pickup sticks, kind of like there's, well, or like, Jenga, you build it up. And then the 6 of Wands, this thing of victory, like is falling. It's like, oh, it's already started. Things have already started falling. But this is leading to ultimate success. I mean, in all arenas, really. So it's just kind of like a long time coming kind of energy. So in its cosmic sense, a long time coming, like the innuendo for that is like that's a big O for the universe, something that has reached its kind of ultimate level of suspense, and it's like that's enough. Let's see it on blast. So here there's I wouldn't call it a deterioration, because there's some agent that is kind of motioning and kind of riling up this energy. Oh my goodness. Okay, so clarifier for that is the Judgment card in reverse for sure. This affects families as well. Previous bonds. Long time. I mean, that's 20. I let go of 2, I'll say 1 energetic. Oh, no. I got rid of like a whole buttload of 20-year contacts. Can you believe that? I'm thinking about like, okay, my ex, okay. But then I have to think about like the circles, like circle of friends there, as well as his family, as well as like somebody that I used to work with and her family. So it's like, okay, that family is already like including her pets. Like I bonded with her pets or I was actually better to her. I realized that there was some abuse and some neglect in the house with the pets. Like I knew for a fact because like pets don't get like that. And is fucking weird now that I like recall. I'm like, I don't know. Like you give more credit to people who are supposedly high practitioners or like more longer practicing. But like when you see like especially with the honesty of other animals and you that was bullshit. So karma, 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 all that. Anyway, um so like 20-year relationships like with the pets too. So I had to go let go of a grip of like that's 20, just that's 20 freaking, it's crazy. And I'm not the kind of person there to be like, god damn, 20 years. I wouldn't get like, I just recognize it as a factoid that holds a lot of importance, but it doesn't weigh on my feelings like anger, like fuck you, I'm gonna have to take away 20 years of your life, etc. It's not like that. This is more like the recognition because I have to I have to owe it to myself what my investments are, and the realization of you know not giving myself enough credit for the impressions that I'm taking, that I'm observing in my own experiences, that I'm somehow subtly or passively overriding or um, not giving myself like accolades, giving myself credit. So anyway, not valid, invalidating myself in its passive form or indirect form. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so that was like a miniature, like a textbook version of Dark Night of the Soul. Okay, anything else? Public service announcements. Oh yeah, so this energy is here. I just don't understand. So when I see these fluctuation in from one particular entity, um I know the like some from the outskirts may call it fake, especially if they understand the impacts of other substances in one system, especially if it's a mix or a time of day, whatever. Um, so I'm thankful to have friends like that in my realm, um, that'll clue me in on stuff like that. But at the same time, um, I know from certain arenas that it's not like doctored or canned. There's some facet of it that is very real and not illusion. So why did I even say that here? Um, oh, so when I see like, oh, you're not acting like yourself. It's not just like you're faking it. Like there's just fluctuations between here and there, and it's so extreme and so emphatic, not like just lost in space, that I can't call it like random, like bipolar. Like these are not like random episodes that are just triggered and flickered in personalities. These are things that are, I don't, how do I say it? Um, that's how you say it. That's what they're saying. um, so I have to like kind of acknowledge this is the reason why I stepped out. Not like that's why I'm doing this, not like in retaliation. This is more of like I have to save myself. I've been I've seen that in the past 20 years of my life, and I was not aware. I was not educated in how certain drugs would impact certain personalities, and what traumas will do to accentuate those features. And so that's what I have to attribute to these fluctuations. So in cognitively, like studiously understanding these exhibits, these scenarios of these people, especially with ones that I have taken like a fondness to, and it's not because of like, oh, that's the type, you know. It's not that. There's some energetic thing, and it's not, I can't I can't even, like, it's like a small fraction of spell work, but a big part of it is something deeper. So, um, that's why I have to step away. Like, it's just, it's not like a on off switch, like, oh, that just turns me off. Like, oh, it doesn't meet my standards. Oh, my preferences. It's not about that. It's like the reality check. Okay. Lights are out in some field, in some capacity. Somebody's flipping out, is causing a ruckus. It affects a lot of people, and you can't see who it's affecting until the lights are turned back on. And so, I don't need to be around that. Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't need to enable that. Because it's, and even the person enacting that doesn't need to, shouldn't be subjected to that kind of energy when already, like, practicing it, like, you, how do I say it? Yeah, that's what I gotta say. Mhm. Like, it's already too much, even when that person is, or that energy is so low, to be, that's their own experience, and that's kind of like, so it's just saying. All right, wow, how we got a long ways. We covered a lot of land here. So let me see. Oh, we covered a lot of land. Oh, it's a full card in reverse. That's crazy. We did cover quite a bit, and it is 42 minutes. Yes. 4 stitches on your finger. I don't know what that has to do with anything, except giving me more interactions. Is my tummy sticking out? I ate a lot today. I did. I did taw putty tat. What else am I was like? Looking at the full card. Oh, it's the death card. This is, yeah. This is right on target. Right on time. This death card is protecting a couple. Is protecting, oh my gosh, you see there's a couple laying in the back of the field or whatever. She's not like, like how TV episodes, sometimes they'll turn to the camera and it's like a unique, like, little eye dialogue, like, thing, nonverbal dialogue, and then they switch back to being in character in their own scene. This is not that. I mean, it's partially that, but it's also saying that I am protecting them. Interesting. Okay, so that's there's some spice right there. I don't know if I would call that softcore. No, I'm not doing any unpaid readings right now. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I already came in at a negative monetary thing from spending. I told you. Basically a double between 2 different, job scenarios. No. So, I have limits. I build boundaries. Okay. So she's protecting, this goddess is protecting. Oh, I want to see what kind of goddess they'll pick, okay? Who's Adonis? I don't know. Okay. So, clarifier. Goddess energy. It is a 7 of Cups. Okay, I just had to make sure that there wasn't too much showing here. So Seven of Cups. Okay, if we're looking for a goddess, you know, who's protecting this energy here? Because I could say Hecate all day, but then there's also the bow and arrow, so I would have thought that was like Athena type of energy too. But then there's like also this energy that like has time bending capabilities, and I forgot which one that was. That is. Huge degree of magnetism. I mean, this is basically the Queen of Wands, um, holding the death card, you know, role. It does look like the Queen of Wands here. Just in its like Helena Bonham Carter, Bellatrix, you know, type of version. So what it's bringing, okay, is a lot of options, a lot of focus back on like the activities that I want to engage in. My preferable Seven of Cups, things that are both practical, beautiful, grounding, and like wondrous. So all of these cups are good. It's just putting it back on plate, on a silver platter. So there's that. I forgot what they were gonna say here though. Seven of Cups. Oh, okay. Because of the depiction, I would say this is more like Freya in its reference to beauty, abundance, you know, fertility, fair beauty. What else do I want to say? Yeah, Freya. Okay. So Freya is in assist here. Yeah, Freya. Okay. I don't know what else about that, but okay, Freya. All right, is that it for now? Yes? No. No, what the heck do you have in mind? All right, so mid-month PSL PSA. Soft cooler spice in the neighborhood. What do you want to tell me? Okay, that one is Seven of Swords. It could be deceit, it could be lies, it could be withholding information. Something, there's eyeliner here. What the frick? I just bought eyeliner like at the like freaking dollar store because I don't use it that often. And that looks like the eyeliner right there. You know those you remember that old 80s or 90s workbook, activity book, and it was called Highlights. I think Weekly Highlights. I don't remember. Scholastic. And so my kids had that. And what was I going to tell you about that? Oh, yeah. Where in one of the pictures, they have the like a pencil drawing of things that you're supposed to find in the larger picture. That's what this is. So there are clues that are dropped, divine, like through word of mouth here, through like at least like 3 out of the 50 readers that I listened to for the day. Holy smokes, it's so embarrassing. I counted over 100 2 days in a row, maybe 3 if I don't want to fib at all, like just to make sure. You know how crazy that is? Holy smokes, the kind of addictive energy around me. And with that's like enabling within. Holy smokes. Anyway, picture within a picture. That's what it's showing me. So it's almost like, yeah, picture in picture, PIP. The setting is here. So there's downloads that are coming through, and just clues in, and then we're having to place it, like find it in our scenarios. Like, I got it. Scavenger hunt type of energy through observation. So the deceit here, lies or deceit, I think it's more like, don't know. What would this be here? Lies and deceit. You know, energies that are used to being by themselves or alone grow accustomed to behaviors that cater to that, like support that, to kind of self-soothe, like this is okay, this is okay, okay, I'm doing better, okay, I'm doing great. And so that upkeep, that kind of somewhat of like a legitimate brainwashing scripting system, um um has you rethinking things, especially when when you understand that someone else has done that and you're kind of growing close to them. So it's like, in this scenario where there's like downloads, okay, these are gifted individuals, okay, that again are very protected, okay, so in their journey, in their learnings. And so in this processing, especially in the awareness that another person is, you know, comprehends like the same thing, goes through similar things, it's like, with these downloads, they're, what can tend to happen in the newness of almost immediate, like, downloads. They're not comparing notes, they're used to being like separate, so it's like they're more private in their observations in their environment rather than comparing notes. And like kind of, you know, those mystery theater things where, like, you know, people team up rather than holding data for themselves. That way they can get to things faster, they can get to unlocking, you know, this thing, the mystery, sooner, once done collectively. So that's what the deceit is in here. That's a long and winding road and having to explain that, but this is the first time that I have received it in that manner. So it's like it's hidden in plain sight, but like people, this energy is so kind of new and more accepting and curious at the same time of this type of energy, that they're kind of like not fully tuned in to what's going on around them, or the luxury and the advantage of being able to dialogue and compare notes, like sharing their own experiences in order to identify, you know, their surroundings more, um more bonded. So let's say, like, okay, somebody is well traveled, okay, and then they have a friend or they like somebody that is not so traveled. So it's like, oh wait, no, I like that I can bring this new energy to new experiences because it makes them happy. Like, it's like the newness is me experiencing their happiness of the new, like an experience. So that's great and all, but it's kind of like short term is that. So like you want the authenticity of having kind of like the equal takeaways. So it's like even though I'm well traveled, I want like the newness too. So we can both experience that newness together rather than like, you know, on two separate platforms within the same scenario. Like it's different experience. So you want that, you want to amplify it through a shared like newness. And so that's what they're saying this card is. There's an opportunity for that. So with all of these cards that just fell down, hold on, let me find it. Okay, so the closest one first that came through is propped up, and it is the Star card inverted for sure. And it fell on this, like I was trying to clear up my altar, organize it a little bit, and I found a jar of eggshells to crush. So it's partially for protection. So this is propped up here. It's like, okay. It's kind of like you can with this inverted and propped up on like that protective energy, it's where like you can, what are they saying? I can have not just identify with, how do I say it? I can still carry hope within myself, but it's not just a capability, it's a very reliable source. That's what this is saying. Okay, so then there's these two kind of like underneath it. Ace of Pentacles again, but it's in in reversal, so it's receiving the golden ticket. See, so people truing, okay, so 4 of spades, so 4 of swords accentuated. So the more people has like, yeah, it's like I'm growing on people, you know, like the more people really think about who I am, how I am collectively, not just like the stars light one day, but also, you know, across the board, basically, like knowing that exists even though you don't see it. So there's like this thought pattern that goes out, and it's almost like not just being sold on someone, but I don't know how to, so, but like the 4 of swords is also about like a variation being that like it's sword is like verbal, written, their communications or thoughts that are kind of manifested out through certain channels. And so 4 of swords, like that thought energy, there's something about how to describe this? How am I going to describe this? People seeing, people can attest to me, like not just contribute and facilitate, enable, but also what was that word? I forgot. I'm starting to get sleepy a little bit. Okay, one more fell down, and it is Queen of Wands in reverse. This is also saying that as a star that is not quite acknowledged as much on the exterior, and that it becomes a struggle to kind of harness that internally. Oh, what do I say about that? You get to see how the world works, how they respond to your energy, and what do we want to say about that? How they respond to other energies. Oh, so they're saying you, Tina, need to really take that into account. Set that as your impression. You are a star. You can rely on yourself because you are a reliable person. You may need to work on certain tendencies, but overall, your energetic patterning is showing. It's highly profitable in having like this all access pass here, but it's signature of an independent thinker that inspires others while also they try to size you up and also kind of like tend to objectify you. So that's of course very surface level, but it's also showing like the nature of male energy, like you know those studies where like males like what do you call it, they have to have sex first, or like they have to like have that kind of physical bond before they actually get, you know, emotionally enticed, you know, engaged. Yeah, emotionally engaged without it being a strategy. You know, it's just naturally emotionally engaged. So that's what they're saying. So the nature of um how it's perceived on my end, like objectifying, it's just kind of like in their DNA, I guess, um, within their raw makeup, let's say. Um, there's still a lot of like thoughts, ideations, etc. Um, mhm, in this wanting this and wanting that from me. But also the ability to reciprocate there. So that's what they're saying. Okay. Anything else? Yes? No. Yeah. So that's a no. Anything? Okay, so good, good, good. Things that I should be aware of. Been great so far. Okay, so bottom of the deck is Page of Pentacles. On top of the deck is Five of Swords. Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Okay. So if there's any drinking in these, you know, even one-offs, let's say, to be cognizant and careful of where that takes you, as well as the degree of uncertainty as to whether or not the other energy is also engaging in the same activities, so it's a level playing field rather than, you know, just one person compromised. Weird. Top of the deck. Oh, top of the deck. Oh yeah, Five of Swords. That's right. So this is conquest energy. The heck. Ten of Cups. But even though there are some energies that are kind of posturing themselves in that manner, there's something about, there's like the Ten of Cups, there's so much happiness. It's weird. Interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna do how many takeaways? One takeaway from my expanded divine panel of the Infinite Eight. I mean, hold on. Oh, also from my divine panel of love and light. Holy smokes. It's the Nine of Swords. There's a huge emphasis here. Yeah, I think there's some kind of like ideations. Also Black Cat energy here. So this is strange. So this is like some kind of like dungeon, okay? But it's not like dark and gloomy. There's just a lot of kind of dark things there. Okie dokie. There's a huge emphasis there. Okay. So softcore spice. Mid-month. Shoot, I forgot. Anyway. Knave of Wands. So this is just having confidence. You look great. So at these other establishments that I've called or visited, and it was just like the complete runaround, duck, 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 goose, mosh pit, mush pot state. It's saying that there are young suitors here that are interested. But at the same time, it says, there are certain special requests. Okay, so that's that. Okay. I did one takeaway for you, right? And that was that. It was clarifier. Okay, so we're okay. All right, my 3 takeaways. Oh, wait, we'll get one for you from here too, okay? Takeaway. Oh my God, what the oh, it's a sun card. Holy smokes, accentuated on blast. You should be very proud of yourself. Very, very, very happy. Very absolutely happy. Yeah, something about like dripping like water. Okay, anyway. The Lover's card accentuated, the King of Swords accentuated, 10 of Cups accentuated, and Temperance inverted. This is crazy. I told you I'll huff, I'll puff, I'll blow your house down. But at the same time, that's just like the softcore pet talk in its demeanor. Here, I'm truly saying like you are going to get a rush. You're gonna get inundated, floored, swept off your feet by this huge wave of me and my freaking happiness and love and just like this Lover's card, then the King of Swords, and then the Ten of Cups. You're accentuated. Yeah, drowning in a pool, something of love. Yeah, I don't even know how the chemistry works now. Something stirring up trouble. For reals. I told you, that's crazy. That's your takeaway? You're crazy. You must have this kind of energy, or the person that I'm talking about, or in particular. I'm not picking on anybody, but because it could be variation of people, whatever. But this is the energy. He's here. Daddy's home. Scary. No, I mean, like, this is kind of trippy. Anyway, okay, I didn't know it was going to go like that. Okay, so my 3 takeaways, first off, are 7 of Wands in reverse. Is it a humbling? We don't know yet. Let me find out. It is kind of. Because it's like, guy is kind of like fumbling. You see? I thought he was like trying to like open like a little like gonna propose or something, like, but behind her. You know how like in Friends how Ross goes over his messy girlfriend's house, and they want to make out, and he's trying to be okay with everything, but it's even hard to like find a spot on the couch, and so like it bothers him so much. He's like, while trying to make out, right behind her, he's trying to like fold a pair of socks. That's basically, so that's what I originally saw, but I don't think I see anything in his hands. So I think it's more of like fumbling because of like feeling at a not lesser, but like not quite up to par, because there's some kind of inexperience almost. I don't know, but there's something there. Okay, so that's my first takeaway. Weird. My second takeaway is the High Priestess in reverse. This is also like let people learn on their own accord. Like, you don't have to baby somebody. Let's say, okay, somebody is why do I have to, okay, I'm just gonna give the example as what I was given. Okay, so let's say somebody's like trying to like, how do I say that? Somebody trying to take your bra off or whatever, and like you just like without any like hesitation, or how do I say it? It's not even like that. It's like sometimes when you see somebody like struggling with something or whatever, you think like you can interject and then you show them how to do it, or like you do the favor of doing it. Here it's kind of like that, so there's no provocation like you can't do it, or like impatience or anything like that. This is more of like you have to let people learn on their own accord. Just as you're processing whatever's happening in that environment, that snippet of an scenario, it's not all that is you may believe it to be, or even see it to be, because of that little description there. So there's something about like kind of like withholding one's tongue, like not speaking too soon with what you know, because you have to let others kind of navigate as well on their own. Yeah. Okay. So this is the high priestess, kind of like in, what do you call it? Objective style. So my third takeaway is the hangman card. What the frick in reversal? What? That is weird shiz right there. I did not expect that. Okay. 7-2-12 is an angel number here with the 7 of Wands, the High Priestess depicting 2, and then 12, the Hangman card in reverse. So all three are in reversal. Basically, again, this is reading between the lines and remembering what they said. This is the jackpot energy. This is, yeah, 7-2-12. 7-2-1-2. I don't know what's that song? Yeah. Yeah. Excuse me. All are in reversal. Okay. I want to get a clarifier here. Clarifies for the 3. So, for the 7 of Wands in reversal, 4 of Wands, for sure. And it's pointing back, because of 7 and the 4. 11, so it points back to the Ace of Wands, the true Ace of Wands. So it's totally lit. This is being turned on, tapped in, and I guess tuning out all the rest. Yeah, with the 7 of Wands in reverse, like whether or not the 7 of Wands like energy in you is upright or if it's in reversal, nobody can say shit about that. Like it's not, there's some value of learning out on the field. So we'll give it credit for that. So the High Priestess in reversal clarifier, my takeaway is, I guess, I don't know. It is a description card. Hold on. Yeah, so that's what's showing me here. Okay, so this is intro card. Intro energy card. Was it in reversal? I think so. So for the High Priest, oh, that's perfect, because if that's like the Moon card in reverse, that's new moon, and it's rather large and in charge. Okay, they're saying that I don't need to explain myself to anyone here or there, now and forever, like hold your peace kind of energy. But this is a reversal too, so having the High Priestess there, like there's a huge driving force in not just completion but also a cosmic restart. And okay, so let's just stay there. Okay, so my clarifier for my third takeaway, the Hangman card in reverse. Knight of Cups. Oh, some suitors are coming through. I think this is, I forget the knight ages. I think they're like mid to late 20s to mid 30s, I think. Knight of Cups, somewhere around there. Just, I forgot the age ranges, but for the Knight energy, it's not really starting from scratch. It's just kind of continuous in my stuff that I'm doing. So anyway, here, going out, being out there in the open. They're saying this is a fine time for love. Yeah, that's interesting. Blah, 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 blah. But also practice. Private practice. That's what they're saying. Private practice. Okay. One last card to kind of just get a jump start for the day. Please tell me something good. Oh, it's a devil card. What the heck? What am I? What? How did I get the devil card? Excuse me. I guess in me figuring things out, it's no real super duper excitement in the follow through for this. I mean, this is chains and whips, and she looks great. What's her name again? I forgot. Maybe the devil card, closure card. It's a severe end to things like shameless. Yeah, this is 9 of Cups in reverse. 9 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, so it's putting an end to just old things, old places. 9 of Cups in reverse. I think that's it for now. I'm getting tired right now. So thanks very much for all donations provided in and of light and love that reciprocate equally and therefore abundantly. Thanks so very much. I call back all my power, energy, essence, gift, strength, properties, passions, etc. From those that call upon, cast, generate, bring, magnify, multiply, or any variation thereof, the aforementioned ill will, intent, thought form, pattern, and or entity, to pass through the white light of the Holy Spirit for cleansings, for blessings, for reformatting to love and light energy, and to be refortified in me. Only me, hassle free, no doubt, and no judgment, except for all bonus points included. Thanks so much. Upon closing the portals in this reading, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine with their appropriate karmas due, assisting with a sequence of rollout in light and love. I close the portals in this reading. No.